we'll give you a chance to text in. You could be walking away with that, GC. Really kind of helps you out for the weekend ahead. We'll be going down to Calgary this week, and we're joined virtually today as well by, I do believe, Aaron. Is that you, Aaron? I don't. Sometimes they'll say, "Hey, you're being joined by Frank," and it'll be John coming on. But is that you, Aaron? Identify yourself. Tell the good people, the viewers and the listeners, who you are and what you're sporting today.
Yeah, my name is Aaron Wyers. I'm the sales manager with Railyard Brewing. I've been with the company for just over 6 years, and we've been established here in Calgary, in the northeast of Calgary, for just over 7 years.
Yeah, we've sampled your guys' stuff multiple times throughout the years. It's good. I do have to say, though, in preface, we got 3 beers on the studio table here. We were sent a box from you guys, and we got it midweek, and we thought a severed head was in it because it was just totally soaked, and we were like, oh, no. And I had the pleasure of cracking it open, and, of course, with the cold weather as it was, a few cans didn't quite make it. We salvaged as much as we could from the box. I think you sent a wine kit as well, I do believe.
No, I sent a box. It was it had 6 glasses in it, 6 little Railyard glasses.
Yeah, that was gone. It's all gone. Listen, we used some glasses from the kitchen here. We won't turn them around, but we got 3 beers. I don't believe we have the beer of the week, unfortunately. That didn't survive the journey. But before I guess we crack into these 3, tell us a little bit about what the deal is this week for the beer of the week. Looks delicious. I love a good red ale myself.
Yeah, so this is the Shogun Red Ale. This was released at our 7th anniversary party this year. The owner has been wanting us to put out a red ale for quite some time, and finally our brew team here put together a really good red ale. It's the Shogun Red Ale. It is. We have a special ingredient in this one. The special ingredient in this one is a Japanese sweet potato. So what we do is they take the sweet potatoes, cut them up, give them to the kitchen, and let them roast it. And they add those sweet potatoes to a brewer bag and put it into the kettle.
Damn, I wish that beer would have survived the trip. Sweet potato, Japanese-inspired red ale. It's a 4-pack for $11.99. That is the deal. Will you be sampling one yourself here on camera for us, for Aaron?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah. Let us know how it is. Describe it as best as you can for us, and we'll kind of paint the picture. Cheers.
It's a phenomenal sweet red ale. It's got some nice roasted malty flavors to it, a little bit of bready flavors. You definitely taste the sweetness from the sweet potatoes. You don't have the actual flavor of the sweet potato. It just enhances the sweetness of this beer. It does pour a nice, deep red golden color, but it's phenomenal. It's very light. It's 4.5%, very low in the bitterness. There's not a lot of bitter aftertaste, but it is very... The aftertaste is very caramely, very sweet.
Okay, well, it's almost good that we didn't give me an excuse to go and actually purchase a 4-pack. I think Will be joining me as well after this.
Absolutely.
We don't mind a red ale.
Like, January is kind of like the red ale season. Like if beer had seasons to it, this would kind of be a shoulder season, wouldn't it? Like, you've come through all sort of the dark, chocolatey, gingerbready sort of Christmas, and now we're kind of getting ourselves to spring. Not into spring, but we're kind of getting that bridge into spring, and red ale is kind of that perfect sort of bridge in between those seasons, isn't it?
Yeah, like the red ale does quite well. Typically, we've never really had a darker beer for winter season. The only darker beer we really had for that winter season was that Nitro Stout.
Yeah.
We're one of the only brewers in Alberta to nitro infuse our beers. And what we do is we have a liquid nitrogen doser that doses every single can as it comes off the canning line, and we seal it right away. So we were trying to figure out what would do really well in the late fall to early spring type of beer. And funny enough, even that raspberry blonde that you have sitting there does quite well in the wintertime.
Okay.
They're all quite fantastic, and we really don't want beers to be set to a calendar date.
Okay.
It doesn't matter if you want a stout in the middle of the hot summer day or have a stout in the fall or winter. Same with something fruity and sweet like a sour does quite well in the wintertime as well. Obviously, yes, we see bigger volumes in their certain seasons, but we really don't want to set stuff with certain calendar dates.
And that's a nice challenge, I guess, to kind of think outside that box and get people's brains and taste buds going where they're not maybe traditionally used to. Aaron Wyers joining us here, sales manager, Railyard Brewing. Let's join you here in a glass here. Where would you suggest we go next? We do got that raspberry lemon blonde, as you mentioned, the nitro stout, and the ghost pepper.
Ghost pepper, Hefeweizen.
Yeah, let's go with that. Let's go with that ghost pepper last. Let's go into that raspberry. Let's go into that raspberry lemon blonde. And so when you crack that raspberry lemon blonde, I don't know if we're allowed to say any kind of brand names, but it tastes and smells just like a Swedish berry candy.
Okay.
The minute you crack
down
it,
on that.
just the sweet smells to it of raspberry, light citrus notes to it. It's phenomenal, and it's just like tasting one as well. It's a fantastic
Love
beer.
a Swedish berry.
I also have Corey here, who's on our brew team as well.
Hey there.
Hey, Corey. How you doing?
Good. How are you guys?
Not bad, not bad. You guys all Flames fans down there too, or what?
Oh, you betcha. Die hard.
Okay. Are they making the playoffs then?
I don't know. I want them to, and I don't want them to at the same
For
time.
sure.
So.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
Purgatory
that's exactly
zone. Yeah,
how it's
yeah,
going. Yeah.
Well, nice to meet you, Corey, and we'll cheers now. Raspberry lemon blonde, boys.
Cheers.
Well, that's raspberry bush on the nose. Like,
You're doing the raspberry,
yeah.
I'd get that Swedish berry now that he said it. I
Yeah?
can't get it
Oh,
out
you
of my
can't get
mind.
it out of your head?
No,
Yeah.
He's sold me now. But cheers, boys.
So yeah, the raspberry lemon blonde is a 4.2%, so quite sessionable. It's sweet in flavor, but it doesn't leave that sweet kind of weird aftertaste to it. You definitely have that, like I said, that Swedish berry flavors, great aftertaste, a little bit of a lemon pith. You don't really actually taste like lemony juice, but it's more of a lemon pith.
Yeah, it
So it's
doesn't,
like the lemon rind of it.
it doesn't have the sourness of lemon, but you're right. It has that there. You're bang on with the taste of a Swedish berry. And yeah, and on the nose, it sounds like picking raspberries in a raspberry bush. If that's what it smells like, it's fantastic.
Yeah, and absolutely. We've, this is another one that we really don't want set to a certain calendar date. We did quite a bit of this product in the summertime, and it's moving quite well even in the winter. People don't really gravitate not everybody gravitates towards dark beers in the winter and light beers in the summertime. It's kind of user preference and what works for them. And I tend to go towards lighter beers throughout the calendar year. I don't mind a red beer or a porter in the wintertime, but it's all depends on how you're feeling that day.
It's a really clean finish to it. Like some raspberries that I've had, that raspberry can kind of hold on to the tongue a little bit after you've swallowed. This is just a really, really nice finish to it.
Yeah, absolutely.
What would you suggest follows that one then, Aaron?
What's that?
What would you suggest would follow that between the two we have and the ghost pepper? And
Let's go with the nitro stout. Now, did you guys did the tasting notes get it to you guys, or did those get soaked and thrown away as well?
They're soaked, but I've cleaned them off. They're a little sticky.
Yeah. So with the nitro stout, when you do pour you're going to have to pour the nitro stout into a glass, and you're going to pour it hard and upside down.
Oh, I see what you're talking about, like the Guinness type of. Is that what you're saying?
Betcha.
Yeah. We don't want to say that word because we're not trying to replicate that.
Oh no,
but,
okay, I understand. So we're going to need. Yeah, okay, thank you, Will. That's good.
So what you're going to do is when you open it, pour it hard and upside down into a glass, and you're going to get a nice cascade effect like you would.
Yeah.
One of those other beers.
I like doing that. It's a fun way to pour a beer. I'll say because I drink a lot of that at home. I'm a big G fan, shall we call it? So I kind of keep a few tins at home the odd time when I'm feeling it. But it's nice to kind of. It's a nice. I don't know. Drinking beer is more than just cracking a can and chugging it back. But there's the visual, there's the smell, there's all the senses, and watching that kind of, as you mentioned, cascade up. It's a real treat.
Yeah, absolutely. So you want to pour it hard and with a purpose. So when you pour it hard with a purpose, what it's going to do, it's going to infuse those nitrogen molecules, if you would say, into that beer. Nitrogen is a smaller, more profuse bubble than carbon dioxide, and so what it's going to do, in effect, it's going to leave a nice cascade and with a nice creamy white head to it. Just like you would with a Guinness, I guess. And then pouring it like that is just like you would when you get it into on a bar with an affixed nitrogen tap handle to it. So it infuses those nitrogen molecules into that beer and leaves it nice and creamy and smooth, and just delicious.
God, that looks
My
good.
goodness.
Yeah.
Just,
You need to call up the Flames. They could use your coaching. You coached a perfect pour out of me.
Yeah,
I'm a
thank you.
schmuck. I'm an absolute schmuck.
well,
Okay, I'm
Yeah, so
Well,
give it a
yeah.
taste, and like the flavors on this one is definitely roasted coffees, chocolate, dark chocolates, caramel. You know, if you're a coffee fan, this is definitely one for
coat that
you.
baby.
It's very light. It's not heavy like a typical stout would be, but it's dark. Like this is on the SRM scale, which is a standard reference method for color. There's no light shining through that one. It is flat.
yeah. You can't get nothing through there. I got the nice mustache. The head on it is superb, nice and creamy.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, that's great. Trev, you want to get in on this one? Get that.
Yeah,
get
we've,
that stash
you know,
soaked.
Like not to name other names, but there's a reason they call the other stuff steak in a can,
sure.
because it kind of
Name the names. Yeah, you
it
can.
kind of comes with a real weight to it. That does not have that like
Yeah, it's very
full
light.
of dough sort of feel to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the kitchen here, the kitchen manager actually uses that stout to make our gravy for our poutines.
Oh my goodness, that
So
was
you
so
can
good.
Give
definitely
me that.
cook with that one.
Oh my god,
Should have sent a poutine as well.
that's delicious.
That would
Congratulations,
have
guys.
survived. It would have been frozen.
I know what I'll be switching to, I think, now in terms of this style of beer. But let's get into the, you've already cracked it a bit there, but this is what I'm looking forward to as well. A little spice here with this ghost pepper.
So the Ghost Pepper Hefeweizen, it won the 2022 Alberta Beer Award, and it also won the gold at the Canada Beer Cup that year as well, under the experimental beer category. It actually has ghost peppers in it. People, it is the number one question asked at beer fests, liquor stores, store tastings,
No
in-house.
imitation.
Yes,
Yeah.
it actually has ghost peppers in it.
I can 100% attest to that, because once you cut those things up, the whole brew house is just ghost pepper dust everywhere.
How many times have you accidentally rubbed your eyes after dealing with that?
I have not yet done that, and you make sure you wash your hands really good before you go to the bathroom.
Oh, I bet. Oh yeah,
The bathroom is the one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a mistake. Oh my god.
That's a hot one there.
So when you initially try this ghost pepper beer, you definitely have the flavors and aromas of a typical Hefeweizen.
Yeah, it's
you have the banana, the
Yep.
cloves, the citrus, the peppery taste to it. The heat doesn't really hit until the back end, and it's not like a burning your face off. It's more of a light tingle, and it's like, oh, there's the heat. You don't get the vegetable-y flavor from the ghost pepper. You just get the heat.
Well, you've already tucked in here. Cheers to you, Will, and thank you for filling in for Dusty this morning. And cheers to you, Aaron, and the staff there as well.
Cheers. Thank you.
Yeah, you give me a cheese pizza with this, and I am content. Like, it would pair perfectly with any.
Yeah, they do very well with nachos.
Yeah.
Very well with nachos, with a
Yeah,
burger. Anything, I wouldn't say light, but anything heavy, because this is quite a light beer as
Right.
it is.
Yeah. Anything with a little bit of oil to it that you need to cut through, like this is. Yeah, I could drink that all day.
Yeah, a little bit, and then at the end, again, in the back of your throat, you get that. Yeah, but nothing
But
too.
not enough to scare you away.
No, but again, a nice piece of cheese pizza. You guys do have a very large food menu at your brewery. Anything new you'd like to kind of discuss or promote for our listeners down in Calgary who want to check you out?
Yeah, so we've had this the kitchen for just over a year. I think we got it in October of 2023, and it's moved from small little plates. Initially we just had cheese and charcuterie and pretzel dogs and pretzels in the brewery here, and we have a new chef here that does quite well. She has a really good team. We have everything from burgers to sandwiches to phenomenal pizzas, and probably the best pizzas I've had. We have a Hawaiian heat pizza that is just phenomenal. All thin crust, typically coming anywhere between 3 and 5 minutes in the slower period. Obviously, with a small kitchen, when we are packed, the time obviously extends a little bit, but just a great light menu. You can come down just before you go home and go to work, or go home and have a light snack before dinner, or come down and just enjoy dinner down here. It's a great atmosphere, a great room, fantastic staff, and the food is phenomenal. We're changing the pizzas every month. We have a feature pizza every month. This month is the Tuscan chicken pizza. all do very well with our beers, and she worked with our brew team to figure out what pairs well with our products.
Well, you guys do great work, and again, unfortunately, and apologies that we couldn't actually have the taste of that Japanese-inspired Shogun Red Ale. But again, that is the beer of the week this week, friends. 4-pack, $11.99. Sobeys and Safeway Liquor. You're saving $5. And again, with the sweet potato, I mean, I'm curious, and I'll take your word on the tastiness based off the three we've had today. Outstanding stuff, Aaron. We really appreciate your time. We would say good luck, Flames, but we wouldn't mean it, so we won't. So have a good weekend, and we'll talk soon.
Be strong. Keep it that way.
Take care, boys.
Thanks,
Okay,
guys.
thank you.
Cheers.
Yeah, Aaron Wyers, sales manager for Railyard Brewing, once again out of Calgary. Railyardbrewing.ca, great website. You can learn a lot about them there. Great looking cans, great art, very eye catching, and the beer. Nice to go around the block, even though we just had three and not that sweet potato red.
It
ale.
really is a nice, it's a nice product. Great descriptions on the can.
Yeah,
Clearly labeled ingredients.
user friendly, shall we say?
It's phenomenal.
Yeah. So
This ghost pepper, though, man.
that little burn, it's really nice.
If you have not gotten into craft beers and you're like, I like beer because I like to drink beer, this is a really good sort of beer can be something that you match as part of a meal.
And all three of these have a very, very unique profile and fitting with food or whatever. But you know the drill. $50 to Sobeys and Safeway Liquor right now. Text Beer Me to the Paris Jewelers inbox, 780-218-9999. Beer Me. 780-218-9999. We'll put you all into a hat and pick somebody. You'll be $50 richer, and you can go and sample these tasty Railyard Brewing beers today.